Alright, I've just done 2 big heavy videos, so this one is going to be light. Today we're in Rockland, Maine, and this is because if you drove from here to here, well, you might just as well keep going. But also because we like Murder, She Wrote, and this is one of the top contestants for the title of real-life town of Cove. Usually it was just the locals getting themselves murdered, so we figured it should be safe to go. Settled in the 1700s, a city in its own right since 1891, it has the usual array of county seat buildings. A heritage high street that hasn't really changed at all over the past 120 years, with plenty of quirky shops, although maybe not the same as back then. It has an opera, some theatres, and a modern art museum, in addition to its picturesque port, with lots of lobster shacks, none of which we can actually recommend. Just go out of town for that. And also, as the rocks of Rockland are lime, lots of lime quarries and kilns. Oh, did you know that in 1817, some 300 casks of lime, I think that's 27,000 kilograms, went from Rockland to Washington, D.C. to help rebuild it after the British burned it down in 1814 in retaliation for the American raid on York, now Toronto, in 1813. That lime is why the White House is white. It's all connected. A few days later, a Washington lawyer called Francis Scott Key, watching the British bombardment of Boston, wrote a poem called The Star-Spangled Banner. But no, stop it, no history. Instead, here are a few things about passing through Rockland, Maine in the summer. The first one is guns. Because it's one thing to know about the American gun laws in theory, and quite another to walk into this in a regular supermarket. Entire aisles of guns and bullets and what have you, I don't know much about guns. All you need to join is a local driving license, and it's just one of many regular activities.
You have your stuff, you hunting stuff, you hunting stuff, you hunting stuff. If you fancy a swim in the middle of it, there's the thing stuff.
So it is. It's all family friendly. You have children's fishing rods, children's guns, and you know, if that's too much noise for the parents, well, you have slingshots. Or crossbows, they did fine for Henry V at Azincourt in 1415, right? Oh, no, sorry, no history. So next time you watch the news, you know, it all starts with Daisy. That was actually quite a shock, so we went to look for a beach, which, it being the coast, you'd think wouldn't take too long. Well, it is Rockland, clues in the name. This is what most of the coast looks like. I mean, it's terrific, there are so many interesting things in these rocks, but not exactly splash friendly. So what do? Well, you have to know where you're going, and also, best catch it at a low tide. This is a really nice one. It's called Drift In Beach. It is here. And you can park right in the road, or a short walk away there is a car park with a portaloo in it. Very, very pleasant in the sun. Although there are a lot of dogs if that is an issue for you. And at times, you could actually use that foghorn from St. John. And speaking of foghorns, well, the St. George Peninsula seems the place to be in the area, with lots of tucked away restaurants and interesting roadside art. And also, at the end of the road, this lighthouse, with the lighthouse keeper's old house preserved as a museum. Run entirely by volunteers, I have to say. Yeah, this was a city idea. Seems that for some people it messes up more than just the hearing. So, Rockland, Maine, definitely worth a detour. We stayed here. It was alright. Clean rooms and nice breakfast. The lack of access to the sea was a little disappointing given how close to the shore it is. But how much for essentially a motel? Nice one, but all the same. New England seaside in the summer for you. So, there. See? I can do it. No history. Well, almost none. We should have given it more time. Gremlin on the road. Not exactly Cornwall, is it?
But this is how I know how in persons are like to the deep waters.